said September 18th?
Yeah.
All right, yes, ma'am. What is it in particular that we're looking for here?
The one where I requested an appeal.
Okay. Okay, yes, ma'am. I do have that on file.
Okay. The appeal states, where do I want to go for the appeal? Go to number 10. What did I check?
10C. So hearing with a veterans law judge.
Where is that located at?
It's in part 2 on that paper.
No. Where is the actual, what state is it in?
Oh, let me see. Washington, D.C.
And it states that I want to go in person to Washington, D.C., correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, go to January the 17th, please.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
You see that form, that appeals form?
The one that you sent to, or for the appeal to Board of Veterans Appeals?
Correct. You see it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Go down to number 10 again.
Mm-hmm.
What did I check?
You checked box C in Washington, D.C.
So I want to go to Washington, D.C. for that hearing as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I have 2 hearings that I requested to go to Washington, D.C., correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why did someone create a March the 5th hearing in Los Angeles and a April the 22nd hearing in Los Angeles as well? I've told you all on several occasions that I am not flying to California as my life is in danger there or whatever. And someone, instead of going with what my paperwork says or whatever, that I want to fly in person to DC, took it upon themselves or whatever to send me to create paperwork for Los Angeles. You're not helping me. And I said that also, or maybe because it's closer or whatever. No, I want to go fly to Washington, D.C. so I can go before a judge in person. I don't want to do no video hearing or anything. Now, has the March the 5th and the April the 22nd hearing been canceled yet? Because I never told y'all to create them in the first place.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So that doesn't go through the Veterans Benefits Administration. All of that is through the Board of Veterans Appeals. Let me get access to their information here.
Ma'am, whoever from Board of Veteran Appeals that is working with you all, creating appointments that I did not request or whatever, I'm gonna handle them at a later date. But since when I call Board of Veteran Appeals, because you can't access their system, because Veteran Affairs and Board of Veteran Appeals are 2 different entities. So you got someone at BVA that is working for or working with someone or your personnel at the Veteran Affairs. Now, you can't go in their system to cancel it, but go ahead and we're going to pretend like you can. I need y'all to go in there and find out whether or not they've been canceled or not, because the March the 5th is approaching. It's been well over 30 days. As a matter of fact, before you do that, can you see when I requested for the cancellation of the hearing the very first time? Because I requested it several times.
Yeah. When did you say you'd sent that one, ma'am?
Go in January. We're gonna go in January, but I think it was December. Go in January for sure, and find the one where I requested that you cancel the March the 5th. Y'all conjuring up hearings because y'all know for a fact that those 2 claims were not done properly. Y'all conjuring up a whole bunch of lies. It's okay. We're gonna get it spelled out today. Those 2 hearings were not done properly, and ain't nobody taking no benefits from me, period. I told y'all in several claims or whatever, or several documents that I didn't want a hearing in Los Angeles, and I also said that I didn't want to go before no doctor, because y'all that was a tactic to take my benefits from me, and that ain't happening. Do you see in January where I said cancel the hearing?
I'm not finding that paperwork yet. I'm still looking through some of the
It
documents.
ain't paperwork, it's notes. Go through your notes.
You had somebody make a note? Okay.
Yeah, go through your colleague's note. Ma'am, that professionalism or whatever right now, or whatever, it's perfect or whatever. But you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm just getting those notes loaded, ma'am.
Yeah, I bet. Don't make no sense. I ain't playing with nobody. That hearing is approaching. I didn't request it. You just called off and said that I want both hearings in D.C., and that's what the hell I meant.
Yeah, and I am seeing that they did send paperwork about a virtual hearing. I'm not sure why they didn't process the request for the in-person one.
Oh, listen, they ain't got to. I already know why. Because they in cahoots with the government or whatever, and they're part of conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, or whatever, fake diagnosis, and a whole bunch of other things, and everybody involved going their ass to prison. Now, I need you to go in there and tell me when did I ask you to file a cancellation on that March the 5th hearing, because it's about to approach next week.
Yeah, I understand. I'm looking through the notes. There are quite a few on the file.
Do me a favor. Go ahead and put a supervisor on the phone, because I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna play with you.
All right.
You know exactly where to go. Go ahead and put a supervisor on the phone, and I'm gonna.
Okay, I can do that. Okay. Yeah. So I do want to let you know before I get you transferred over to a supervisor that I do have access to all the same information. But if you feel more comfortable with getting a supervisor, I can absolutely do that for you. Okay, then
let me help you out. Go to January the 20 something. I'm gonna say 24th. Okay. Start there.
All right.
It ain't rocket science or whatever. You give it. You beating around the bush or whatever, and you stalling.
I'm not. I'm not beating around the bush. I was looking through the notes like you asked me to, but without a specific case, I do have to look through a few different things here.
You ain't got to look.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So it was on January 29th of 2024 that you requested that cancellation.
Negative. It was way before then, but we're gonna play with that one. January 29th. Y'all said 30 days, right? Go and look and see if y'all canceled that March the 5th hearing, and it wasn't the 29th, but we'll play with it.
Ma'am, that's what it says in the record. I can only tell you what it says in the record, and I'm not seeing that there has been any cancellation process by the BVA, but that does go to a different entity. So
I'm glad you just stated it's a different entity. So how the hell you all are able to create something for a different entity? No worries. We'll let the FBI figure that out. Now, it's been 30 days, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
It has been 30 days. And it should have been canceled, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, let's go to... now, we are in agreement that I did not request to go to Los Angeles for any hearing, right?
Ma'am.
What did I ask to go?
Washington, D.C., ma'am.
And in person, right? So that means my natural body or whatever is going to be in there talking to a judge. You want to know why? Because I did it before. I did it in 2000. I'm going to say 17 years old. I did it in 2017 or whatever. That's a couple of years ago. And that was with a female. She was a black. And I was in there with my representative or whatever. So that's just in case. I don't ever do an appeal at no lower level Veteran Affairs office. Do you understand me? So to have y'all just go in the system and do whatever y'all want to or whatever, I tell you this, y'all better cancel that damn appointment if you don't, or whatever, you ain't got to. Because this phone call is being recorded, and I'm literally about to put it on social media to let them know that y'all doing what the hell y'all want to with my records. Y'all doing the hell what y'all want to do with these appointments or whatever. Even when it come down to removing my son off my insurance policy, I already know they got that paperwork. Well, guess what? You ain't got to. I remove my son and my daughter and put one person, and that's going to be the man that's going to be my husband and whatever. You know why? Because he's going to take care of and make sure my kids get they have. But I removed him off or whatever, so y'all won't have no dispute against him, period, or whatever, if y'all just so happen to kill me before he married me. You understand? So y'all wasting y'all time. He got his copy, and I sent the other copy up to the courts. So whether y'all put it on there or whenever y'all do it in a timely manner, that's y'all damn business. Basically, what I'm saying is y'all dealing with a smart Negro. You're gonna wish you had not fucked with me or whatever, but it's all right. It takes time for some of y'all to figure that thing out. If y'all go along with this March the 5th hearing, since you can go into the BVA, another entity's records or whatever, which is a lie. In 2017, I used to call BVA from a different number directly. You can't do none of that, but y'all been telling me the whole time that y'all got access to their system, like y'all answer their phone calls. Okay.
No, we do have some limited access, ma'am. I can
Yeah,
only
you
see
know what?
very
You know, you are absolutely right. To only see. Y'all don't answer their phone calls, but y'all are lying and telling me y'all answer their phone calls or whatever. Because when I called BVA number or whatever, it wasn't nothing but y'all or whatever that work for Veteran Affairs. BVA, Veteran Affairs are two different entities, and you just spelled it out or whatever. Yeah. If I were you all, I would go ahead and cancel that appointment, but you ain't got to. I'm finna put this shit online and let them know that y'all creating appointments because y'all know y'all done fucked up them damn claims or whatever in time past. Y'all didn't give me what y'all was supposed to give me. No worries. I'm gonna get my back pay or whatever. Thank you, Callie. Enjoy your fucking day. Go ahead and let your folks know. Go on my Twitter in a minute.